Welcome to the Travel Experience the Voyage channel. I'm a travel adventurer based in Victoria, Canada. I do not edit any video footage or any photos, and I'm not sponsored by any company or organization. My travel experience is as real as everything shown here, and my goal is to share these experiences with the world. So let's go. So this is my GoPro Hero 9 Black. I've purchased this back in 2020 when it was first released. I've taken this from Victoria all the way to St. John's and back. And interestingly, it's also been used in my most recent trip to Europe. I won't be going over all the specifications, as those could be found on the GoPro website. Now, this is my first time owning an action camera, and I purchased this just to preserve the memories of my adventures. A lot more of the recent footage shown on my channel has been filmed just directly with this. Oops, did I select something? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So maybe I'll hold it with the ears here, make it a little easier. I have gigantic hands. So I only use my GoPro for videos. I don't use it for photography at all. I have different settings that I use for my GoPro. I basically film everything in 4K, and the three main presets I use, which are all custom, or at least somewhat modified. Activity, I use standard, and I use custom. Activity, I film everything in 4K, and activity I have linear with horizon lock. Same thing with standard. Custom is just linear, where I lowered the frame rate a little bit. Most of my shots I just use standard. I've played around with this a lot, and I found that this was the best. These settings were the best for me. I don't film anything in 5K. I think that's a waste of time and a waste of space. I'll see if I could just edit this, show what I have for standard. So horizon lock, 30 frames per second. Hyper boost I keep on. Bitrate I always keep high. Shutter speed I alter a little bit. I just usually double the frame rate, except when I use activity I set it on auto. White balance, I generally change that right before I start filming. Sharpness is medium, except on high. I keep it on high when it's activity. But those are the presets that I use. I have as you can see, it'll film just under 5 hours with the current memory card that I have set inside here. Now I have a 256 gigabyte memory card. Actually, I don't want to take it out right now, just because if I drop it, I'm kind of fucked. Dropping it in a park and trying to find it here in the grass. But I don't have a background in videography or photography or cinematography, like I said, but the GoPro's interface makes it very, very simple to use. That's one of the things I really like about it. I have additional accessories to the GoPro as well, and I'll just go over those really quickly. One thing I do have to mention is the genuine GoPro accessories are much better than the knockoff ones. So I have this. This is a head mount if you want to wear your GoPro on your baseball cap. I have this. I've only used this a few times. I don't really like it. This is the clamp. This is a handlebar mount. if you plan on using it on a bicycle or any type of motorcycle, that type of thing. This is what I use most of the time. This is a GoPro harness mount here. So I wear this. It's fairly comfortable. I mean, in the hot weather, it does get frickin' hot sometimes, and it does get a little uncomfortable, but whatever. In the heat, it's always uncomfortable anyways. I have this little knockoff, little handheld with a clamp, and this is my quick attach and detach attachment here. I did purchase this Alibaba Express knockoff battery set, and these last half as long as the genuine GoPro batteries. And the nice thing is they came with this three battery charger, so I could charge 3 batteries all simultaneously. But it doesn't work anywhere as good as the genuine GoPro battery, but it'll do in a pinch. The GoPro unit that I have is basically bone stock. I don't use an ND filter or anything like that. I don't really plan on investing a bunch more money into the GoPro, into my GoPro Hero 9 Black, just because of the issues I've had in it. I do have on the way, I have a replacement mount. These ears here, I have a replacement where they'll have the 1/4-inch screw hole in there. That makes it easier for me to mount it onto different accessories, camera mounts and such. This is an aftermarket door. It is the plastic version. You could get these in aluminum, and it's just a pass-through door where I could plug a my GoPro directly to a battery source. I usually like to do that because the GoPro, I find that I've had so many problems with this, and I'll get into that in a moment. But if I could run the GoPro cooler, like let it operate in a way that it doesn't overheat, it will actually retain its footage. Now, some of the things I do want to talk about is the 256 gigabyte micro SD battery, micro SD memory card with a full battery. It will record up to 4 hours, or maybe a little bit more, even though right now it's almost full. It's almost full, and it says it'll record almost 5 hours, but as it starts recording, it starts dropping really, really quickly. And most likely the battery would die long before I used up the memory. It's a little chilly out, so I'm kind of shivering. I should have worn another layer. But I can't show it because I'm using my smartphone to record. But there's a GoPro app, the GoPro Quick app, and I use that a lot because when I mount this on my harness mount, chest mount, whatever you want to call it, or on my helmet mount, it allows me to preview the footage. So the GoPro Quick app is pretty good for that. I don't use it for anything else, for uploading directly to cloud, or I don't use any of that stuff. I don't really care for any type of subscription to GoPro. Like I said, I don't really plan on spending a whole bunch more of my resources on GoPro just because of my experiences with it. My experience with the GoPro Hero 9 Black has been inconsistent since new. I've lost a lot of footage where the GoPro somehow stopped recording in the middle of, I'd just be setting it up, start recording, whatever I'm doing, hiking or going for a walk, and it just stopped recording, and sometimes it just lost the footage. So that was very, very disappointing, especially when I'm traveling throughout Europe or wherever I'm going. If I lose footage, well, that's gone forever. I don't know why or how that happens. I have the latest firmware, and everything on here is the latest as far as software upgrades and everything like that. Um, I've had the GoPro shut off on its own, and it's overheated countless times, and it just stops recording once it overheats. I mean, having this pass through door where I could plug it directly, I could plug it directly to a battery source has definitely helped. Actually, since I had this door and I've plugged it into another battery source, it has not overheated. Although I still haven't tested it in hot weather. I only had this battery door recently, so I still have, summer's coming up eventually here in British Columbia, eventually. But I'll see how that turns out. Maybe this door will help, and maybe it won't. But that's one of the recommendations I heard was plugging an external battery source directly to the GoPro helps cool it off. And if I do need to keep it waterproof, because this is no longer waterproof, if I do need to keep it waterproof, I still have the original door. But yeah, overheating has been a serious issue with this. And reliability, overall, I've come to the point, I don't know if it'll work or if it doesn't. It's just been really, really inconsistent since I've owned it, and I've never dropped it. I've never abused it. It's always been stored in a temperature controlled environment. Yeah, that's the biggest problem is sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I never really know if it will. Um, Now, regarding the quality of the footage, I mean, I film everything in 4K, and the quality of the audio and the quality of the video, I cannot complain about that. The footage is spectacular. I mean, I'd recommend go back to some of my videos from Sicily, some of my longer videos, my 15 plus minute, 20-minute, hour-long videos. Those were all filmed with GoPros. My most recent videos where I'm filming walking around Vancouver. Those were all and such. Those are all filmed with the GoPro. Some of these hikes, when I went throughout Europe, those were filmed with the GoPro, and the detail is, like I said, the detail is just spectacular. I really cannot complain about that. When the GoPro works, it's great, but the thing is, will it work? That's the problem that I have with it. Um, you know, when it works great. It's outstanding when it works, but when it doesn't, which is quite often, it's really disappointing. Um, yeah, I have some incredible footage, um, and it might sound like I'm promoting my channel. I mean, yes, I am, of course, but but you really have to look at some of the footage. I mean, go to my Mount Pellegrino hike. Um, that was an adventure. My hike up Cefalù, my walking tour around Vancouver, going on the sea bus, just just those those videos. You can see so much detail, and it's almost like you're there, and that's really why I created my channel in the first place, is to share my experiences. And this is one of my tools that I use to share my experiences with everybody. But this tool doesn't always work. That's the problem that I have with it. Now, just set this aside for a moment. Now, in comparison, and this is going to be a little funny. Now, in comparison, I have this. Now, people are going to say, "What the fuck is that? Where the fuck did you get that?" This is my BlackBerry Passport. Now, I'll compare the two of these things. Now, I paid roughly around the same price for both. I purchased my GoPro Hero 9 Black back in 2020 when it first came out, and I purchased it for just under $600, and I purchased this BlackBerry Passport right when it first came out in 2014, and I owned it from 2014 until 2018. Yeah, until 2018. Um, now, I now the BlackBerry Passport, and this is not a review of the BlackBerry Passport, but my BlackBerry Passport, everything works. Everything on here works. I mean, the operating system is outdated, but I don't have a SIM on it right now, but it'll play videos, it records music or sounds or whatever. I could send emails, I could make calls, everything that it's meant to do. I mean, it's slow as hell. It's slow as hell, but everything that it's meant to do, it will do. And it's the last BlackBerry that uses a BlackBerry operating system. I think I have BlackBerry 10.3 on here, and it has a few scratches. I mean, I've had it for a very long time, but I still use it up till this day. I use it in the office, whatever, send off some emails or whatever. The BlackBerry Hub is still to me very convenient, and when you have gigantic hands like me, having a physical keyboard is always handy. But yeah, it'll take videos, it'll do whatever, everything it needs to do. It's very reliable, very reliable. Never had an issue with it at all. And yes, comparing the two, almost the same damn price. Now around $600 or just under. Both purchased when they first were released. This I've never had problems with. This I had problems with since I bought it. That's just a real big disappointment to me. Overall, I just have to say that I don't love this. I like this as far as the time of ownership and using it, and yes, I still use it till now, occasionally. This is my first and my last GoPro. I'll never own another GoPro again. And overall, I don't recommend GoPro. I know a lot of people, especially guys on the tech channels and stuff, and I'm not a tech channel. A lot of guys, they talk about GoPro, like there's a GoPro 12 right now. Next year, there'll be a GoPro 13. I'm not going to ever recommend GoPro, and I'm never going to own another one. Eventually, when this thing craps out, I'll just be fuck off, and I'll just buy something different. I can't really use my Sony Xperia the same way that I could use my GoPro because, well, my Sony Xperia, which I'm using to film this, is obviously much more expensive and much more delicate, and that's what I use as my smartphone. If you want, just check out my review of the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV, which is again what I'm using to film this. But yeah, it's the GoPro Hero 9 Black. Great when it works, outstanding when it works, but does it always work? Absolutely not. Maybe 60% of the time it works. It's been so far a little bit more reliable now that I have it plugged into with a pass through external battery source. But again, we'll see how it's like when the weather gets really warm. But yeah, in the future, eventually I'll switch to something much better, much more reliable, because kind of hard to share my adventures with the world when I don't even have any footage, right? So If you liked this video, or if you have any questions, leave it in the comments section below. If you had any great experiences or bad experience, or even something you recommend, the DJI or whatever whatever other brands there are out there. Yeah, by all means, share your own experience with the GoPro or any other action camera that you own or use. Or even if you have a GoPro, one of the later models, 10, 11, 12, the upcoming 13, whatever. I sure as fuck will not buy one, but maybe you want to share your experiences with that. I want to thank you for watching the video. By all means, please share it, comment, like it if you liked it. Great. I mean, please hit the like button and subscribe. I still have a lot of footage. I'll be uploading. It's just been so damn busy for me, but I'm definitely excited about uploading more footage in this coming upcoming spring and summer season. All right, from Victoria, Canada. Take care.